Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 77 of Petey's Awesome Guest Panel. Now, before we introduce tonight's special guest star, let me introduce tonight's special guest co-host, once again returning and fellow Power Ranger enthusiast, Mr. Kwame Jacobs.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm back for more.
It's always a pleasure to have you, my man.
Thanks.
Now, before we introduce tonight's special legendary guest star, let me just tell you a little bit about this man. This is a man who in 2002 not only kicked so much ass on Power Rangers Wild Force, but at the same token was part of a very unique season of Power Rangers in the entire franchise, as it was the very last one to be part of the Saban era, which then later became part of Disney, and we'll get into that much later. But tonight's guest star is the Blue Shark Ranger himself, Mr. Phillip Max Cooper JeanMarie. Mr. Phillips, how are you today? Welcome.
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. Thank you. That was a great intro, man. Legendary. I didn't think I was legendary.
Oh, legendary, iconic, you name it.
Wow.
Let me
I
just
appreciate that.
Let me just say that it was so awesome, like watching your season. Especially I was in the midst of graduating the 5th grade that year, and so it was just awesome to have such a creative, interesting season like Wild Force as help motivate.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you still remember me because it's been such a long time.
Now, before we get into anytime, sir, anytime. Now, before we get into the Wild Force questions, I do have a typical cliche question, and that is, how did you get your first big break into acting? Take me there.
Okay. First big break. Wow. I worked on an MTV commercial, auditioned for it like any other thing, and was grateful to book it and get it. We filmed out in somewhere in Palmdale, like out in this dried up lake bed. And we did explosives, and it was a commercial for MTV, and so that was super fun. It was super cool. It was a whole weekend, and yeah, from there just still auditioning to this day. You know,
still killing it. You're still killing it, Phillip. You're still killing it.
I wouldn't say killing it, but I'm gently murdering it. How about we say that?
Let's go with that one. I love it. Of course, I also want to get your memories of your audition for Wild Force and working with the cast of Wild Force.
Yeah. The Wild Force audition was very extensive. I think I auditioned maybe about 5 or 6 times. I can't remember, but where we auditioned was in Valencia, so that's over by Magic Mountain, if you guys aren't familiar with that. So it's maybe about 45 minutes away from LA. So just traveling up there, we do reads. It wasn't really chemistry reads with like other rangers or anything. It's more just for the producers, and went there a bunch of times and was grateful to be a part of something that is larger than life, the Power Rangers franchise. So super grateful, very, very grateful. It was definitely worth the trip. Actually, a funny story, on my second to last, I think it was my last time auditioning for Power Rangers. I was using my mom's car. It was like a 1987 Chevy Nova. These things don't really have that much power, and so like I had to travel up a hill, and I remember traveling up the hill, and I made it up the hill, but then as I made it up to the hill, something snapped in the car. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like literally, thankfully I didn't lose control and die, which is great because that's why I'm able to tell the story. But I pretty much had control of the car. Something snapped in the car. I had to pull over, call AAA. Yeah, it was a mess. Thank God it was like after the audition and not before the audition. But yeah, I was able to buy my mom a new car after that. But we shared it. So
well, that's awesome that you were able to do that.
Yeah. Wow, that was a long-winded answer. I just realized, man, I'm talking forever.
What was the cast like? Your fellow Rangers.
The cast was great. I mean, we all were in this experience. We're all just pumped to be like, yo, we get to work for a whole year, and this is the dream job. It's the job that you've always wanted, to just be able to work. And so I think we were just super pumped that we're all, working actors, series regular on a TV show. At the time, I didn't realize how big. I mean, I knew Power Rangers was huge, but I don't think knew of the magnitude of the show, and how it, like, it's a global phenomenon. People all over the world watch Power Rangers, and I didn't realize at that time. Like, I was 23 at the time, and so I was just pumped to be on a show and to be working as an actor. Because we spend a majority of our time auditioning. So it was a blessing, man. It was a blessing. I think it made it very surreal for me when I saw my actual action figure with, like, my face on it, and I thought that was super cool, with my voice in it. That was amazing. So yeah, I'm super grateful. It was a great time, for sure. I can't believe I remember some of this stuff from 20 years ago. It's such a long time ago. Wow.
Oh, we're definitely going to talk more about that very soon. But first, Kwame, you had a question, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I wanted to ask you, how did you react when you actually got the role?
Oh, I cried, you know what I mean? But, like, cried, like, tears of joy, like Michael
Okay.
Jordan won the championship type of cry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. That's everyone that's an actor, that's their wish, is to be on set working as an actor. That's why you went through the many auditions, and it was just one of those opportunities, and I'm so grateful for it. It was great. Grateful to even be doing interviews like this 20 years later, where people from fifth grade remember me. you know
You're talking to one of them, Peter.
oh, like, thank you, my man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Appreciate that.
Peter's one of them.
I know. Yes, yes,
sorry.
yeah, he told me. I appreciate that. That's cool. That's
Anytime.
Yeah.
super cool.
Um, of course, I wanted to get your memories of, because there's so many, incredible, like, iconic Wild Force episodes. Did you have a particular favorite one? Like, for me, it would always be the tornado spin.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was super fun filming that, because, like, every ranger kind of gets their own, like, feature uh
Episode?
episode,
Yeah.
which is great. Um but yeah, I would say the Never Give Up, that was, like, featuring my character and Danny. It shows, like, kind of our relationship, and that those three words. At the time, I didn't realize how much weight that phrase has. And it's something that I tell my kids. It's something that I tell myself, to never give up, especially when times get hard and things aren't going your way, and you feel the universe is against you. But if you stay the course and do what you have to do, sometimes God will put you in his favor. So it's just one of my favorite episodes, for sure, the Never Give Up episode.
I mean, that was a great episode. And I also loved I wish on the water, I believe was the episode, because
Oh, wow.
I was legit
Yeah.
terrified in that episode when you were, like, in that particular scene where you're fighting in the water and you're knocked unconscious and you're washed up at shore. Like, as a kid, I could just tell you that was one of the most intimidating scenes I've seen in a Power Ranger series.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. That's cool. Yeah, I remember shooting that. We shot that in Long Beach, and it was where all the boats were docked. And so, like, they were like, yeah, they're just gonna pull you out of the water now. And I was like, I have to, like, be somewhat submerged in this nasty, murky water in, like, a boat dock. Like, I was like, bruh, I don't know if this is good. Like, am I gonna catch anything? But I'm still here, so we're good.
Excellent, excellent. Kwame, you had another question, right?
Oh, I do. It's the big one.
Oh no.
No, all right, you'll like this one. You know, I've always been really curious about Max because he's one of my favorite Blue Rangers and very
Appreciate
iconic, and he always will be. You know, how comes Max has like the funkiest attitude of the whole group of the Rangers? Like, would you call him like the comic relief?
I mean, yeah, I would say he had a chip on his shoulder because he was the kid of the group, and he never felt kind of a part of the group, or he felt he was sometimes playfully teased by members in the group, and so he carried that chip on his shoulder. He felt like he had a lot to prove, and so I think that when you sometimes try too hard, you can come off as not intentionally being funny, but you know, come off as funny acting or acting, you know. So
Yeah.
but yeah, he definitely had a chip on his shoulder because he had a lot to prove. You know. So
Okay. But he did prove it though.
Max Cooper, I think, has hopefully looked inside himself, has matured. He's
Mhm.
maybe gone into professional bowling and taken that route, done something with his bowling talents. Either that or gone into business with Danny and opened up a florist shop, you know what I'm saying? Like I think
Yeah.
he did something, hopefully he's doing something with his life.
Yeah, because you know, him and Max went on a long vacation around the world.
Yeah, how did they afford that? I was like, "Bruh, how did you guys afford to do that? Even just one of those, like, trips to Egypt, that's expensive, man." But,
Yeah, dude. I was
yeah,
curious on how they did it. Well, could have been something. I'll
it
never
could have
find
been
out.
something. Let's just hope they weren't, stealing from people,
Oh
misusing
no.
their ranger powers and, robbing people's houses. No, I'm just kidding.
If they did that, they would have been turned into orcs.
That's true. Yes, that's true. That's true. I've always
Yeah.
wondered that. How did they afford that? That's,
God knows, man.
Look at it.
thanks to you guys for suspending your disbelief and believing in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime.
I
Of
the
course.
scariest thing actually reminds me is, we worked with, like, a 750-pound lion, and they did green screen. Thankfully, we didn't have to be that close to it, but, I remember
Oh yeah.
working with it, and it was just literally wrapped, like, it had a chain on its neck, and that was the only thing that was holding it back from, like, mauling us and killing us. I was like, "Yo, this is not safe."
You've got a lot of guts to do that. Got a lot of guts, Phil.
Well, hey, you know what? I got to work with the lion, so, I don't know. Maybe it was just me being, like, so naive and thinking like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." But,
Well, at least it's over and done with.
Yeah.
yes, 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 and I didn't get attacked. I'm good.
Thank God.
Philip, I definitely have to answer this question because, as I mentioned
Yeah.
at the top of the interview, that that your season is very unique, as it is the first. It's like a half and half season, where like half is the Saban era, and then it got bought by Disney, which became a Disney era. What my question is to you is that were you filming in two different locations while doing Wild Force?
No, no, we actually finished everything uh out in California. We did everything in California. The kind of disappointing experience was that we didn't get to do a team up. So when Disney bought Power Rangers and then moved everything to New Zealand, we didn't get to fly out to New Zealand. I wanted to fly out to New Zealand just to have that experience for myself, as a person. But also to be a part of the team up, because I thought that was, fans really enjoy the team ups. That's like one of the cool things to see, kind of like that crossover from, where Time Force helped us out and then us being able to help out. What was it, Ninja Storm, I
Yeah,
believe?
yeah, because you know
Yes.
your Sentai counterparts did it.
Yeah, the Sentai did
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
yeah, it would have
Power
been
Ranger
great.
and
So
Hykenja.
yeah, that would have been fun. So we didn't get to do that, unfortunately. But we filmed everything out in LA. If it wasn't in Valencia, which is where our sound stage was, which is where Animarium was, we were pretty much going all throughout LA and like greater Los Angeles, like even past LA County, like in Ojai. We went out to Acton, where the Vasquez Rocks are, like past you know, even places in Palmdale, like everywhere. Like it was great because I'm from LA, and so you know, you think you know your city, but you don't really know it, you know, until like you explore and discover all these new places. And so it was great for me to just kind of like, I felt like I was a tourist because I was you know, discovering all these new places, all these new locations and stuff. Because you know, yeah, you just think you know your city, but you don't really know your city. And LA is so vast, and so it has so much to offer. So it was a great way to experience it that way.
Very cool. And
That's
of course,
cool.
I've had both Kate Sheldon and Vernon Wells on my show in the past. What was it like working with those two when you did the Time Force Wild Force crossover?
Great. It was quick. It was so fast. Because I think we did like a two-parter, and
Yes.
it was only a week.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, I believe so from what I remember. This is 20 years ago, guys, so bear with me. But I think I think it was about a week, either maybe a week or two, or maybe you know a week and a half. But it was super fast. But we had a good time. We had a great time. It was great. Vernon is great. You know, he has a non I don't give a fuck attitude, which I love.
I got just awesome. When I had him on the show,
Totally
it was
great.
just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very blunt and direct. I love that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, with
I,
Kate Sheldon though, I absolutely laughed though at the ending of the part two of the reinforcement. I think it was reinforcement from the future. I think that was
Yeah,
what
that's what it's called.
it's called. Yeah, and then you tried to like get a date with Nadira. I mean Max does, and then the other Ranger tries to fight over, and then you realize
Lucas.
that the Time Force Ranger already beat you guys to it. I'm not gonna lie, I did chuckle a little bit. I won't lie, is that 12-year-old boy?
Max was
yeah,
so
man.
close.
I was
Max
so
was
close, man. Hey, you know what? Max he shot his shot, you know what I mean? But you know, he just has to go back to his phrase, never give up, you know. Maybe with her,
Mhm.
but don't allow this to stop you from talking to other females out there. I hope to, you know, I believe that he's, you know, Max Cooper right now. He's married. He has a couple kids. He's, you know, maybe a business owner, you know. So,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
I think he'll be fine. He got rejected, but it'll be okay.
Oh, Max is awesome. Oh, Max is just awesome. Awesome. No pun intended, but he's just awesome.
Yeah.
Now I gotta actually just do, but before Kwame asks your next question, I definitely want to know this.
Yeah.
Philip, as I mean, when I'm not on a strict like diet, I am an absolute huge foodie. And where I'm getting with this is like I know the Power Ranger is a bit the Power Ranger series is a big production company. I was just wondering what the catering scene was like for your season.
I mean, it was great. It always was different. They always, you know, we had the food truck, the caterers who were with us the whole season, and I mean, we always had something different. You know, I didn't really like to eat too much just because, like, then I'll like need to take like an hour nap and fall asleep in the trailer. So, you know, we just kept it light. I mean, every day try to eat some veggies, try to eat like a something like with protein, whether it be chicken or beef or whatever. Um yeah, yeah. Wow, man. You're trying to ask me about meals I ate 20 years ago, bro? Man, I don't know.
Just wondering what the food
God
was
knows how
like
long
there.
that's gonna be.
Oh, I was just wondering what the food was like there.
It was
Was it? I
great.
mean,
It was great. It was great. Like I think if I remembered it, then it would either be really amazing or absolutely horrible, and I'd have a story to tell. So, you know, for the fact that I can't really remember it, I think it was good. It served its purpose.
That's
at
fair. And
least,
as long as
at
it
least
serves
it did.
its purpose.
Yeah.
Your next question, my man.
Sure. So let's see. You know when the team up episode like aired, right? How did
Mhm.
it feel like working with the Time Force Rangers? You know, I've got them all right here. It's very rare. What was it
Nice.
like working with the Time Force Rangers? Wasn't it like a really good experience?
Yeah, they're great guys. I remember well there's this one time so Michael Copon, I ended up taking
Yeah.
his dressing room, and I don't know if like they just did that purposefully. They're like, okay, the Yellow Ranger takes the yellow, you know, whatever, or the red takes this particular one. And so for me, I wanted to go into my dressing room, make it my own. You know, I'm going to be working early in the morning. So I thought I need like a bright color to like wake me up. So then I went with yellow. Even though I'm a blue ranger, I was just like, let me paint my dressing room yellow so that when I come in the morning, I'm like awake by this like vibrant color, you know? And what he did was he actually signed his name. He put his name and his signature on one of the walls, you know? It wasn't like a tradition where other rangers were putting their names, and this wasn't like a wall of like past rangers that put their signatures on the wall. And so I painted over it, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's my wall now. You know what I mean? He wrote
It's
on his
yours.
wall when
Good,
it was
man.
his wall, and now it's my wall. So I'm gonna write on my wall and paint on my wall, I mean. And
Yeah.
then he caught wind of this and he was like, "Hey man, I heard you painted over my autograph, my signature. What's up with that?" And I was like, "Bro, chill out."
It's a
I was
wall.
like, "Dude, it's
a
my wall now." I'm sure that, you know, if another cast came in after us and repainted the room, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever color they wanted, I'm not gonna catch feelings, you know what I'm saying? But now looking back, I probably should have carved out that piece of drywall and sold it at a convention. I bet you somebody would have bought it.
They would have.
They would have.
They would've treasured
You
it forever.
painted over my signature. Oh man. Oh. Kwame, we have a couple more questions before we wrap up, Philip.
Yeah, no
but
problem.
one of the questions I had for you was filming the final episode, which I believe the title was "The End of the Power Rangers." Your season.
That's right.
Yeah. I can't hear you. What'd you say, brother?
Oh, I said memories of filming the final Wild Force episode, which was the end of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, that was that was fun. I mean, it was bittersweet because we knew that, you know, for us as actors, like our job was coming to an end, you know what I mean? Like we knew that we signed up for this thing that was gonna, you know, be for 9 months or I think it was like 9 months or something. And so it was just a reminder of like, yo, this is ending. This is it. And it was bittersweet, man. It was yeah, it was sad because we knew that we're gonna not be working as actors anymore, you know. But and also it was the end of our season. But I think looking back, I think I watched, I want to say like one part of the last two episodes, but I was proud of those two episodes because you know, they simulated rain and you know, we're freezing, you know, but we're still looking like badass when we do our little shark pose or our little whatever
Oh yeah.
bison pose. And so it was cool. It was cool. We actually filmed at the Ambassador Hotel, and the Ambassador Hotel, it's not there anymore, but it was the hotel that unfortunately Robert Kennedy got assassinated. And so it was kind of eerie to be there as well. Like we didn't film like in the kitchen where he was assassinated or anything, but we filmed on the premises. Yeah. So you know, it was a bittersweet experience, man. You know, because we knew that it was coming to an end, you know. So
I see. And
I see.
Kwame, you had a
I just got really dark, bro. I'm sorry. I
no,
got
no,
really...
no, no.
No, I mean,
You're good.
glad you told us. I mean,
I'm
that's
glad you
enough.
said
So
that.
at least you taught us something.
Yeah, I learned something today.
You do.
Kwame, you have some final questions before we wrap
Yeah,
up?
yeah. I got mine. Then after you, then I'll probably have one more. It's kind of a funny one. Okay. You
Oh.
know, for Danny, would you say him and Max have they're like a brotherhood figure?
Oh,
You know,
for sure. Definitely. I think their friendship was much stronger than like in relation to the other Rangers, you know. Like we all loved each other, you know, as Rangers, but I think Danny and Max's friendship, you know, we were homies, we're bros. That's why I like to think that, you know, after they did their whole Ranger thing, that they became business partners or did something together. You know, but yeah, I really enjoyed that part of it, and just riffing with Jack, with my buddy, like on set, and just playing playing best bros like that. Like our chemistry, because we were already like somewhat good friend. Like we were very familiar and easy. Like it was very easy to get along with Jack. So uh being playing his best friend on the show wasn't that hard to do. You know what I mean? Because the chemistry's already there. We're already vibing. And so that was great. But yeah, I like to think that they're bros, they're homies, maybe business partners doing their business. You know what I'm saying? Someone's
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
pay that long trip. I don't know who put that on their credit card as far as that whole trip around the world, but someone's got to pay that off. You know what I mean? So hopefully they went into business together.
They
And
probably did. They probably did.
yeah.
I gotta now before we wrap up here, Philip. This is the part of the show with this because my show is an open forum. This is the part where you can talk about, say whatever you like. I am passing the proverbial microphone onto you. The floor is yours, Mr. JeanMarie.
All right. Thank you
Awesome.
guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As far as like what's going on with my life, I am essentially like, I'm a dad. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. You can follow me at Phillip JeanMarie on Instagram. If you want to see pictures of my kids, which is boring.
Yeah, I've always known you were a father because I did see your interviews at Power Morphicon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I
I'm
follow you,
actually
Philip.
here right now because my kids are taking a b-boy class right now, so that's why we had to, the interview was started later than we planned, but
That's okay.
yeah,
It's all right,
just
no
doing
worries.
that, staying busy. Got a wonderful wife. I'm doing real estate, so if anybody's looking to buy, sell, or lease in California, let me know. I'm a licensed realtor. So please follow me on Instagram or message me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just auditioning, voiceovers, commercials, acting, whatever comes up. I can't complain, you know.
Yeah.
Very
Trying to
cool.
get that, trying to get that proper Cockney accent like my friend there, my mate Kwame.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Kwame, you have a final question, buddy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know about the Team Up on Time Force?
Huh.
Now you've actually got me thinking. What?
Were you horrified by my accent? I'm sorry, bro.
No. You nailed it. I was kind of thinking, which ranger do you think Max should hook up with? Either Alyssa or Taylor? I think Taylor would be a bad choice. No offense. She's too serious. I mean, she is badass. She's one of my favorite Yellow Rangers.
Yeah.
Scary at
I
times.
mean, I think it just depends on Max's preference. I think maybe Max and Alyssa were a little bit closer in age, so then they'd be able to vibe.
Yeah.
I think if Max enjoyed being around a person that liked to boss them around, then I think Taylor would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, maybe Alyssa. It's so funny to say that because I look at Jess as like my little sister. I can't think of her like that, like me hooking up with I don't know about that.
No, I meant like Max is your character. I mean, that would have been cool if that actually happened in the series.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to keep it a kid friendly. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
can respect that.
Are Power Rangers doing stuff like that? Do they kiss and all that stuff on screen? I hope not. Okay, I was about to say.
Oh wait, I think they did in Mighty Morphin, even though I don't think anyone talks
That was
about
a one-time thing, right?
Oh, okay.
it. It was what?
Philip, before we conclude, I just want to say thank you for not only doing this incredible interview tonight, but thank you for those memories you gave me and Kwame watching you as little boys growing up. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record when I say this, because I say this to a lot of Power Rangers guest stars, but you have this incredible, even though the fact that you do not have actual powers in like real life like they do on the show, you have this incredible gift where you can make an adult fan and bring him right back down here and make him feel like he's 12 again.
Oh yes, 100%.
You have that kind of special gift.
Well, I appreciate you guys. It's because of you guys that, I'm able to do interviews like this and able to do conventions, and it's pretty much all about you guys, really, And so, like I said, even before, like when I was young, I didn't realize the magnitude of Power Rangers and how big of a franchise it was. And I'm appreciative and glad that I can be a part of it. Whatever little part that I am a part of, I'm very grateful for that. And a lot of it has to do with you guys, because that's the reason why I'm able to do these things, to have an interview like this, to go to conventions. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
And before we conclude, there's one thing I just want to say, and I feel like you deserve this, and I waited a long time to do this, and that is, thank you, Phillip Max Cooper. Thank you, Phillip Max Cooper. Thank you, Phillip Max Cooper. Thank
Well, I
you.
appreciate that.
Have
I
a great
appreciate
day.
it.